the best entrepreneurs are great networkers. And maybe they don't start as great networkers, but they put in the effort to become great. And it's really just relationships. It's not how do I put my name out there in front of a million people. It's not about volume. It's about going deep with the people that you do meet, trying to give them value, trying to get to know them, trying to go to lunch, trying to actually build real relationships. When you do that, that is when you actually see success come from networking. In this video, we're going to talk about the 9 traits of the most successful entrepreneurs. Worked with a ton of different entrepreneurs, some that have done really well, some that have done okay, and some that have definitely not done well. I've also been an entrepreneur myself a couple times. Built a company called Station Entertainment, another one called Helpware. Co-founded those, built them into multi-millions. One of those companies ended up being a couple thousand employee company. And I've read tons of books on entrepreneurship and studied all kinds of great entrepreneurs and just worked with tons of them on the advisory side as well. And here are the 9 traits that I see as most pivotal to why someone will succeed or not succeed in entrepreneurship. So let's give the first one. First one is that they need to be good at selling. And when I say good at selling, they need to be comfortable going out there and doing outreach and trying to meet people and trying to actually personalize messages and actually try to talk to people in a way that's not like a pitch slap. So it's not just like, hey, buy my thing. It's really, hey, I saw that you're doing X, Y, and Z. It looks awesome. I wanted to let you know that I'm building this thing. Just wanted to get your feedback on it. And so they do it in a disarming way, but they do it when they're really good at building relationships. They reach out to a ton of people. They're comfortable, showing off that they're doing sales, and they're comfortable being a salesperson. If there's a founder entrepreneur that isn't wanting to do sales and they want to hand that off, that's a red flag that probably that one is not going to do very well. Yeah, maybe there's some entrepreneurs that don't do sales and they do all right, but very, very few. A good entrepreneur and a great one is going to be one that is very comfortable doing sales. And I can point out hundreds of examples of this. Number 2, they're comfortable marketing themselves and standing out from the crowd, not fitting in, standing out from the crowd. There's this concept of purple cow marketing, meaning that you want to do something that's different than everyone else. If you saw a purple cow in a field, it would stand out compared to all the other regular cows. And so you want to do stuff that's different than everyone else. And so you think about like Tesla, for instance, where they made electric cars look cool in a market that really didn't exist, where Priuses and all the other car companies are not even making electric cars. You think about Liquid Death making this crazy can of water with all kinds of eccentric skulls and decorations and graphic design on it. It's just very different than everyone else in the market. So you look at these different companies that came out and did different things. And so these founders are comfortable being different and being uncomfortable with being different, because that is what sets them apart and makes them different from the rest of the market, which allows them to then get more market share. And so that's a second trait, that people are very comfortable with that. So the first 2 are really people that are really okay with going outside of their comfort zone, if you think about it, and putting themselves out there in ways that might not be conventional. So number 3, they read and learn a ton. These aren't people that just like rest on their own laurels. They aren't people that don't actually try to improve. The best entrepreneurs are out there trying to learn from what other people have done. They're hungry, they're ambitious, they're reading a ton, they're taking in a ton of information because they want to see what other people that have been successful have done. And they want to learn everything that they possibly can. Just like their hunger to grow and to sell and to market, they have a hunger to learn. And so that's a big thing that you look for. Are they willing to read? Or do they read a lot? Do they do it on their own? Or do they not make time for it? It's going to be a big indicator. Number 4, they network like heck. If you are antisocial, probably not the best fit to be an entrepreneur, truthfully, because at the end of the day, you're just out there trying to get your name out there, trying to sell and just build an incredible network. And so the best entrepreneurs are out there networking like heck. And when you say networking, it's not just like meeting people, going to a bunch of events. It's giving value. It's becoming friends. It's playing golf. It's going to dinner. It's trying to like send gifts on birthdays. It's actually becoming people that you want to connect with and build friendships and relationships with. So they're out there building those. And then when that happens, especially locally, tons of investors are interested. Tons of other people want to work with you. Tons of people see it and they see that you're well connected. They introduce you to other people. The best entrepreneurs are great networkers. And maybe they don't start as great networkers, but they put in the effort to become great. And it's really just relationships. It's not how do I put my name out there in front of a million people. It's not about volume. It's about going deep with the people that you do meet, trying to give them value, trying to get to know them, trying to go to lunch, trying to actually build real relationships. When you do that, that is when you actually see success come from networking. Next one, they hire and delegate things that they're not good at. I see a lot of bad entrepreneurs trying to do everything and trying to control everything. And truthfully, with one of my companies, we did that at the beginning, and it didn't work super well. We got stagnant, and we couldn't grow past a certain point because we were the bottleneck in our business. But you'll see the best entrepreneurs, they hire out a ton of different positions. They're comfortable with putting people in place to succeed. Now they also put in systems and incentives, build a culture and metrics and all these different things for the people. It's not just, hey, get in there and go do it. It's, we build the right foundation for those people. But the definite top entrepreneurs are out there building in teams. And I would say they're building teams in person, truthfully. There's a lot more benefit to the in-person teams than there are remote. Now, some are building remote teams, but a lot of them are building in person because they have these cultures where they just have this drive for success. And they're empowering these people to do well and giving them great big goals and metrics to go hit, but also incentivizing tech and rewarding them. And so you see the best entrepreneurs are building those types of teams and cultures around them. And they're okay delegating and not holding on to everything themselves. Next one, they have super compelling visions. People aren't bought into just average companies doing average things. The best entrepreneurs out there have this vision. There's something that is grand that they see that everyone else is not doing. And maybe they want to just be the best restaurant in their area. Or maybe it's that they want to crush the market on a certain thing. Or maybe they want to give the best quality customer service they can possibly give. I don't know. They have grand visions, but they aren't just average visions. They're grand. And so it draws people in, and people are both on the employee side and also on the customer side. By drawing those people in, you're getting a much bigger amount of customers to be bought into that vision with you. Think about the big companies. Again, back to Elon Musk, or you have Mark Zuckerberg, or Jeff Bezos. They'd had these big grand visions that people could buy into. And when they do, good things happen. Next one, they are amazing problem solvers. This is probably the biggest trait of them. Anyone that can solve a ton of problems really quickly, where they just have a bunch of ideas that pop in their head and they know which one, because they can weigh it in their head, which one is the best idea that they should go with, those are often amazing entrepreneurs. Because all day long as an entrepreneur, you're just solving problems. That's all it is. I need to sell more. I need to market more. I need to make my customers happy. I need to figure out this or that. I have a cash flow issue. If you're a good problem solver and you know how to weigh problems really quickly and outweigh which ones are best, and you can make solid decisions, you're going to be a pretty good entrepreneur, most likely, because at the end of the day, it's just problem solving. But if you're the type that wants to let other people solve problems and you want to hand things off and you don't like to do it and it takes you a long time to make decisions, might not be the best entrepreneur, truthfully. Agile entrepreneurs solve problems fast. Next one. Best entrepreneurs think in abundance, not scarcity. They're truthfully trying to build this vision and build this company where it's based on optimism and it's based on possibility. It's not based on trying to make dollars quick. It's not based on, competitors. It's not based on the potential to lose money. It's not based on the potential to go bankrupt. It's based on this big, grand vision that they want to do, and they want to help the world in some way. And so when they have that optimism and when they think in abundance, that draws all kinds of energy around them, from customers to employees to just everything. It works much better. And so those are the types that do well, which bleeds into the last one, is that they are long-term thinkers, not short-term thinkers. One of the biggest downfalls I see with most entrepreneurs is they're just trying to make money and get rich, and they want to do it quick, and they don't think about actually giving the customer value or building a team around them or building this great vision. They just want to see how can they make money to help serve themselves. And when they're thinking about that, it just doesn't go well. Maybe they can make a few $100,000, maybe they can do a little bit better than that. But the people that are long-term focused and are okay with trade-offs of not making as much right now because they have this big, grand vision, and they can see that, hey, maybe I'm gonna do this thing for 30 years or 26 years, like a marathon. Those are the people that do really well when they're thinking long. And you look at Nike. Nike took them forever to get anywhere. They just really flailed around for his first 2 years. And then it was like 19 years later, he finally found quite a bit of success, obviously. Most companies are just that way. When you take the time to build it with the right foundational pieces, and you're not just trying to get rich quick, when you're trying to build for the long game, those are the entrepreneurs that do well. And those are the entrepreneurs that are going to succeed the most. And those are the entrepreneurs that I bet on. So these are the 9. Let me know what you think. What other ones would you add in? Which ones of these resonate with you the most? In my experience with tons and tons of entrepreneurs that I've advised and worked with and observed and studied, these are the ones that if I saw an entrepreneur with these 9 qualities, I would say they're going to succeed. And if I saw some of the entrepreneurs that didn't have these qualities, I don't know. We'll see. What do you guys think? Let me know. Thanks.